And Stephanie White, you are a joke.
Stephanie White forcing Caitlin Clark to learn a new system.
This is ridiculous.
You know, it's a different group. While system might still be very similar, it's a different group.
Indiana Fever unfortunately hired a snake oil saleswoman.
Stephanie White is going to be exposed as a fraud as a coach.
That's not good.
Just moments ago, Stephanie White finally voiced what many people have been too afraid to say openly, sending shockwaves across the entire WNBA.
That's not good to hear.
You can't come in here and try to change Caitlin Clark, the person. They don't want Caitlin Clark to do Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark, arguably the most electrifying rookie the WNBA has ever seen, is no longer at the center of the team system. And this isn't just another rumor circulating online. It's a statement coming straight from the head coach herself.
Stephanie White speaking about Caitlin Clark actually learning this new system. And me personally, I feel like she's forcing Caitlin.
And suddenly, everything looks different. Ever since Caitlin Clark arrived in the WNBA, the vision seemed obvious. Build the team around her, give her the freedom to create, and let her influence transform the league. But now, Stephanie White appears to be placing her in a system that limits the very strengths that made Clark nearly impossible to contain at Iowa.
She's forcing her hand into making her learn this new offense. Listen to what she had to say.
There's so many things that go into, and I'm talking about being happy personally. Like, I want her to be happy personally. I mean, there's so many things that go into it. You know, it's a different group. While system might still be very similar, it's a different group, and you know, things are happening quickly, and being able to mesh. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I think we've seen
the fast-paced style is fading. The freedom Clark once had is disappearing, and even the Fever's identity seems to be falling apart. What Stephanie White has now acknowledged is more than just unexpected. It could be a serious warning for the team. Because if Caitlin Clark is no longer the foundation everything is built around, then it raises a much bigger question about whether the entire system is working at all. From the moment she entered the league, Caitlin was never meant to be just another draft pick.
Caitlin Clark is the needle.
Caitlin Clark is the star. Everything else is wrapped around her, and everything else is revolving around her. She's Rookie of the Year in the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark is the star player of the WNBA.
She was viewed as a once-in-a-generation talent, possessing a skill set so unique that it seemed almost inevitable the franchise would build its future around her. The Indiana Fever made her the #1 overall selection, placed her at the center of national attention, and gave fans a glimpse of a fast-paced, modern offense that appeared built to take the league by storm.
She went on a complete media tour. Do everybody forget about the media tour Stephanie White had prior to this?
It was the kind of approach that had the potential to completely reshape the WNBA. But now, Stephanie White has flipped that entire vision on its head. In a moment that caught many fans off guard, she made it clear that Caitlin Clark is no longer the primary centerpiece of the system.
Is she wants them to turn into she wants them to be old WNBA.
We're not going to peak too early, so I mean, that's a positive. But I think it's not an excuse. Everyone's playing up.
Take a moment to really process that. The same player who has shattered viewership records, led the team assists, and helped pack arenas around the country is now seemingly being pushed further away from the center of the offense. Stephanie White says the team needs more structure. But rather than designing the system around Caitlin Clark's strengths, the Fever now appear to be asking Clark to adapt herself to the system.
Fans is not happy with everything that has been transpiring with Caitlin Clark.
We are stuck watching an elementary school offense because Stephanie White is in over.
But what this approach appears to be doing is limiting the very player who is expected to change the direction of the franchise. Instead of giving Caitlin Clark the freedom to control the offense, push the tempo, and create game-changing moments, Stephanie White's system seems to be gradually reducing her role from a dynamic playmaker to someone watching the action unfold.
Like, to me, y'all don't want Caitlin to be Caitlin. Y'all are old guard coaches. This is an old guard coaches.
She's increasingly being used as a spot-up shooter, often stationed near the top of the key, while Natasha Howard takes her time bringing the ball up the floor. Caitlin Clark is no longer dictating the offense the way fans once expected. Instead, she appears to be watching the action develop at a much slower tempo, and the effects seem visible both on the scoreboard and in her body language.
Caitlin Clark, plasters over all the cracks. She realistically plasters over all the cracks of this team. Like, this team is not structured.
Fans were expecting the Iowa version of Caitlin Clark. The rapid decision-making, explosive pick-and-roll chemistry with Aaliyah Boston, incredible court vision, relentless pace, and constant energy. Instead, they're seeing a slow, methodical offense that feels outdated, almost as if it were taken directly from an old-school WNBA playbook from the early 2010s.
We got all the chess pieces, but we have somebody who knows how to play checkers and not chess. 4 games in a row, we've had a double-digit lead, and we've lost.
One analyst summed up the situation perfectly. The Fever drafted a Ferrari, but they're refusing to let it get out of first gear. So when Indiana struggles in the fourth quarter, the offense becomes predictable, and leads start slipping away. The problem may not be Caitlin Clark failing to perform. Instead, it could be the result of forcing her into a system that doesn't fully take advantage of her unique talent.
Stephanie White is going to be exposed as a fraud as a coach. She didn't assemble that team. She inherited that team. Just like she inherited Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey.
The issue isn't Caitlin Clark. The bigger problem lies in the offensive philosophy surrounding her. And if Stephanie White doesn't adjust the system soon, she risks losing not only valuable opportunities this season, but also the chance to fully unleash her superstar's potential.
We don't know how to rebound. Like, what are we doing?
Stephanie White may describe it as structure, but from the outside, it looks more like a restriction. What's happening in Indiana doesn't resemble progress. It looks like a significant step backward.
Because it makes no sense to me. It makes me feel like you're more worried about the people who've been here for years and them getting some kind of shine. That's costing us games.
Caitlin Clark has gone from being the driving force behind an explosive offense to becoming a secondary option in a slow, outdated system that minimizes her biggest strengths. Instead of dictating the flow of the game, she now appears to be waiting on the perimeter for the offense to involve her, rather than being the one creating the action.
Lisa Bluter did warn about this, bruh. She warned. You have to let her do what she does. That is part of her.
When you take the ball out of the hands of a once-in-a-generation point guard, you're doing more than simply adjusting the strategy. You're taking away the very qualities that make her special. And this isn't just speculation. We're watching it happen in real time. Whenever Caitlin Clark is given the freedom to create, push the pace, run pick and rolls with Aaliyah Boston, and attack the basket, the Fever immediately look like a completely different team.
Whose idea was it to bring these old dinosaurs and put them on?
They start to look like a completely different team, playing with rhythm, confidence, and a clear sense of purpose. But the moment they fall back into Stephanie White's slow, half-court style, everything begins to break down. The spacing disappears, player movement slows to a halt, and before long, the entire offense loses its momentum.
You can't come in here and try to change Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark ends up being treated more like a decoy than the offensive centerpiece she should be. She's involved in the action, but rarely given the freedom to truly take control. Meanwhile, teammates who aren't natural playmakers are pushed into creating difficult shots, leading to rushed decisions, broken possessions, and an offense that quickly becomes chaotic.
Now watch this. Now, did y'all see the coach grab her? Watch this. Y'all see this? Wow. Why is she grabbing her? For getting the crowd hype like she ain't supposed to do that. Look at how she grabbing. Look at the hand on the arm. Hold up, wait up.
She was at her best in transition, making split-second decisions and delivering precise passes while moving at full speed. And somehow, the Caitlin Clark effect feels even stronger than it did during her rookie season. Fans are traveling specifically to see her play, calling her the GOAT and recognizing her as one of the biggest forces driving attention to the WNBA. She's clearly the franchise centerpiece and the main attraction. Yet the Fever are playing at one of the slowest tempos in the league. Possessions become drawn out, the shot clock keeps ticking away, the intensity drops, and the offense seems to move in the exact opposite direction of Caitlin's natural style.